Hey Anika babe, how are you?
Hey, good. Oh shit. Good. How are you going?
So great, so good to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thanks for the invite.
You're so welcome. There was a
Hey,
couple,
gorgeous.
there was a couple others as well, but that's okay. We're just going to get started since we're 5 minutes in, um, which is amazing, and this is cool. This is going to be those that are watching back the recording are going to be watching back the recording, so we'd love to hear from you anyway. But Anika babe, this is going to be intimate. If you've got any questions in particular, I love it. You've got your camera on, which is great. Just obviously pop it in the chat or yeah, just let us know too, which is amazing. Um, Christo, if you want to start sharing the slide, babe, that would be amazing.
Yes, incredible. Well, a big welcome, everybody. Like, as you would have seen us pop up online, this is the session where we're going to be talking about breaking the chain. So, going from living paycheck to paycheck or feeling quite overworked, underappreciated, even, um, the things that tend to happen in workplaces when we really don't feel aligned, the universe starts to mirror back and reflect back external situations to us to push us to a point to start listening to what's already true for us in our heart. So this is a really raw, vulnerable conversation that Court and I are going to have together with you and go through a couple of things and also be able to provide the solution that we've also moved through and journeyed with to move away from that and what's really worked for us as well, because there's so much magic in it. So,
I love this. This is amazing. And like even pop in the chat, babe, like what does breaking the chains mean to you? And those watching back the recording, let us know as well. Like even write it down, journal. What does breaking the chains mean? Because I feel like there's so many ways we can take this, but yes, we're talking about our relationship with money. It comes back to our scarcity mindset. It comes back to the way we're living. It comes back to every single area of our life. And so it's not just also the relationship we have with money, but it's also that then overflows and has an effect on every single other area of our life too. And so when I was sitting with this, I was like, okay, well, what is it that I want to like? What are the tools? What are the resources besides some of the things that we're going to go in with you today with providing the solution for this? What are some of the other tools and strategies that I could give and that we could give together to help you overcome and break the chains? And I was like, what came to me was like, it's actually, we don't need to give you any more. Like, we don't need to give you the tools. We don't need to give you more things to do. It's actually a relationship and a conversation, like Kristen was saying before. It's like a truthful conversation with ourselves of looking at where we're at and our relationships with every single area of our life and looking
mm,
at, okay, like, am I really happy with where I am? And yes, I feel like there's this gratitude piece. Like, of course, there's going to be some degree of we're happy. If we're looking at where we want to be and what's required to break the chains in order to ultimately become free, then that's what's important. Like that's this conversation I feel that we need to have is like having that real conversation, right?
yeah, 100%. Now, you may notice that I've got
Yeah.
money in my hand. If you didn't see my story today, my mentor recently had shared with the group of us that are all getting mentorship to actually go deeper with money and sit with money and have a conversation with money. And if you've never heard of that before, that might sound really bizarre. Or if you've got your mindset in check, that might actually welcome you to try something out new for yourself if you've never done it before. And you'll also appreciate the conversation that you're about to have with money, because if it was your friend, money, or a partner, the way you speak about money and treat money right now, would that friend, partner stay and hang around you anymore? I could probably put 99% bets on the fact that money wouldn't hang around you too long. And so it comes back to the practice of gratitude, and it comes back to the concept, exactly what the court's talking about and what we're going to go into, your conversation, your relationship with money. Money's an energy, it's an entity, it's a being, it works 24 hours a day. Human beings don't. So there's a relationship that it's got to have between money, an energetic field, and you to have this synergistic relationship, this relationship that ebbs and flows, one that you understand, you manage, you show up to, you learn, you lean into, and you're also rewarded by that. So this is going to be weaved in to this conversation, but hey, take it, take it and go and sit with money and have a conversation. Like, tell money how you truly feel and allow money to also speak to you. It's a super, super powerful practice. And it's something that I'm journeying right now to also go deeper in my work as well. So yeah,
I love
super.
it.
I
I
mean,
love
here's a tool already, and Court's like, we don't need tools, and you don't need tools. That's exactly right.
it. I love it, but this is the thing. You're being the embodiment of that. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily have, what I mean by that, it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be this big process. And
No.
there is space and room for these processes. Like, I know that Kristen and I, we have invested like over probably 70K, if not more, into personal development, into money work, into coaches and mentors, and they all have their place and they're very, very important. It's also like, I feel like sometimes we can sugarcoat, like not look at the things that we really don't want to look at, which can be really simple, but we like to make things really complicated. And
Yeah.
a lot of the time, like, I felt so disempowered in the past, not realizing that I have the power in my own hands. And I didn't have these tools and resources. I didn't have this industry that we're going to touch on in a moment as well. I didn't have this solution back when I was vet nursing back in the day. Like, there's been so many milestones, even when, which we'll touch on when we share our story too. But like, even when we were working in traditional business, like, we didn't realize what we had here when we were coaching, when we were mentoring, when we were running events. Like, there was so many things that, like, we were still in the chains, like the chains weren't broken. We thought we were. So when it comes back to your question there, Nika, of like, what's your perception of being free? That's for the individual person to determine. So like, what is that for you? I'd love to know. And everybody watching this, and Caitlin, babe, as well, for yourself. Like, for me, even when we were coaching and mentoring, having choices, amazing. Even when we were mentoring and coaching, there was still this missing piece. We had to get really honest with ourselves, because we would dream about traveling overseas with non-for-profits. Like, we had this bigger vision, this bigger calling, but it wasn't until this one moment, and Kristen came to me and she's like, how do you honestly feel about where we are right now in coaching and in what we're doing in the event space? Yes, it was making impact. Yes, we had done incredible things, but we were like, and I was like, you're right. I feel like there's this part of me that wants to do more, and wants to, like, I'm really mission driven, and so is Kristen. That's why we collab, and that's why we're running this as well, is to show you, no matter where you are in your journey or what industry you're in, it's not like it's a bad thing. It's just like, what is that part of you that feels like is missing? What is that part of you that still feels chained in? What is that part of you that just wants to break free? So we're going to touch on the leverage, like how to leverage a community. We're going to talk a lot about just leverage systems. We're going to talk a lot around supportive tools, and also an incredible product that everybody freaking needs, that I believe any individual can be able to utilize, no matter where you are in your journey, to be able to break free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spicy, hot. Love it. So also, just letting you all know, we're going to be fast. We're going to be punchy. We're going to be here in this immersion for the next 45 minutes. And please, like, dial in any questions. Yep, for you who are watching the replay, like, whoever shared this with you, if it's one of us or someone else, a part of our community, ask questions, reach out to us, go back to the person who shared this with you, ask them questions, like, be well informed, be educated. You know, knowledge is power, but not until it's used. So use your power, get your understanding, like, feel safe in your body, especially for women. It's so important to feel that safety and, like, nourished. So buckle up, bitches. let's get into this, because this is also about really nurturing the feminine essence within us. Court and I have been on a massive journey, and we'll share a little bit about that later, of what is feminine energy and feminine essence, and especially in a man's run world. Like, yes, women run the world. However, the 9 to 5 world and sitting in a desk job is a man's world. It's come from the Industrial Revolution, and times have changed. So it's about us really tuning into our energy and finding systems and businesses and empowered, inspired, activating streams of income that allow us to be our full authentic selves as well. And this is what we've found. And this is what we do also. So we're going to get right into it.
And is that okay? Is this okay if we share what we're going to cover? Is it okay if we share with you what we've done? Is it okay if we just get real in this conversation? Just put a little yes. Amazing. We're on the right track. Great.
I can't see much, but I'm dancing. I love it. So what we're going to cover today is, as you'll see here, the freedom formula. We've got 4 pillars that unlock true health and wealth. We're going to touch on partnering with the right offer. So we're going to show you what offer we've found that's the best in the world. Please, I'll put money down like $1,000 if you can even find a better offer. I'm willing to put that on the line because I know there's not. How to generate leads to that offer. That's very important. You can have the greatest offer in the world, but if the door's closed and nobody's coming to it, nothing's going to really move. So we'll help you with that one. Mentorship and community, as Court touched on, like here we are as a beautiful collab. Here we are in Peru in that gorgeous photo with one of our community teams and their whole beautiful community of themselves. So like there's just community with community with community. And so you're going to get, if you haven't been plugged into a beautiful community that raises you up and holds a high standard for you, and you just feel yourself, like welcome babes to this space. And we're going to go through leverage automation for efficiency and what that means. Most people don't know what leverage means. Just think about, you get to push a portion of it and then the rest of it's done for you. It's sort of like a trolley. Instead of carrying your bags, you can put all the bags on a trolley, and that's leveraging. Like it does the work for you so you don't have to do the heavy lifting. Okay, so an automation, well, we need to make money while we sleep, otherwise you're going to work until you die, and we'll touch on that later.
Can I just say, I love your analogies. So funny.
Trolley.
She always comes up with this, like the best, strangest analogies. I'm all for it. You can, like our 9 years of friendship, you've probably, yeah, I've heard a lot, so it's great.
Literally.
Amazing. So this is for you if you know that there's something not right. Maybe you're in the 9 to 5 world, doesn't matter. Maybe you're in coaching, wherever it is in your life right now, but you want to do something different. Okay, you want to expand, you want to be able to create more things. Maybe you feel overworked. I know even when, like, up until this space, like there's so much hustle mentality, like Kristen was sharing. So it's something, it's for you if you feel underappreciated, or you crave more flexibility, you crave more space, more independence as well, and you want to pursue more of your passions, right? So more time to do more of what we love. Maybe you want to feel more of a sense of purpose and fulfillment in your work that aligns with your values, or be able to maximize it, right, as well. And maybe you're wanting to change your current health status too. So being able to up level to a more optimized, vibrant, obviously energized way of being too.
Yes. And if you're looking for a way to create income while you sleep, as I mentioned, automation, a business that also allows you to set your own hours, yes, or have less hours in the business if you've already got an established business, but it owns you and you can see that. Or an opportunity to be a part of a supportive community, as I touched on, and a fulfilling venture where you can make impact, align with your values, and create a life of both wealth and purpose. Like this is it.
Amazing. So obviously disclaimer, like it has to be there. This is your choice. It's anyone who comes into this space, they create their own results. Yes, it's a space where it's uncapped and there's a lot that you can do here. But of course, just we need to make this income and earnings disclaimer as well.
So a really powerful book, if you haven't heard of it before, I'd highly encourage you and invite you to read it, either download on Audible or go to your local library or buy the book, whatever suits you, The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. A really powerful quote. He says, most people find an income stream and then find a way to enjoy their life in the small pockets of time they have left. Like you think of Monday to Friday, or even Monday to Saturday, 9 till 5 or 9 till 6, or even cafe jobs like 5 a.m. till 2 p.m. and weekends, like whatever it is, small pockets of time around that. But the key to a successful life is get clear on your dream life. Yours is different to mine, and yours is different to Courtney's. So what is your dream life? Be very clear on it. first, and then find an income stream that supports that dream life. And so that's what we've found also, and that's what we're going to touch on with you guys and invite you to this space and chat to you about that. But I want you to also start thinking this way. How can you relate to the top bit? Because I know I can, from my past roles and businesses and industries that I've been in, thinking that that was the way because that's what happened leaving school. That's what everyone else did. However, it's not it.
Yeah, I think that's really important too. Like even when I'm going to touch on the freedom formula, like we're having this conversation around what majority of the population just aren't on board with yet, right? This conversation is really about breaking the chains. We're talking about things that like a small percentage of the population have access to right now. And so it's a really big mission and vision that we're on to really be able to expand and show people this opportunity to be able to have more leaders, mission driven people doing more of what they love, which means being able to have true health, which means having true wealth, which means having more leverage time, like Christo was talking about, and also the location flexibility. Like I was sharing before, breaking the chains for me and for Kristen, like that meant getting really real with ourselves and being like, okay, well, we want to travel the world. We want to go and help a lot of non-for-profits. Like we have bigger visions. Yes, we want more like smaller pockets of time. And also there's this bigger mission here that needs to be filled. And so, yeah, I'm excited to talk more about this too.
Amazing, babe. So a little bit about our story. We won't keep you here too long because we've got such a freaking story with so many chapters. We both moved from Victoria in Australia up to Queensland in the middle of COVID. Like there was a small gap. We escapade straight out of there, straight to the sunny state. We wanted the beach, the lifestyle, the food, like the community. We knew no one. And we built a community over well and truly over 2,000 people. We ran events. We started a coaching business together. We really went on the journey for the last 3 years. And since knowing each other from school, of like this evolution and this beautiful sisterhood and mentoring and coaching and facilitating breakthroughs for so many, mainly women, mainly beautiful mamas, and mainly women who just really wanted to find that empowered self within them that we all have, that they didn't know how to. And it wasn't until we both, like Court said, had a discussion about like, we're still Uber Eatsing, we're still running around like headless chicken. We're still, and that's the worst analogy, but we're running around off our feet, like feeling really exhausted. Me as a projector, not a good idea. And Courtney as a generator, burning herself to both ends, like not it, gonna be an explosion like a volcano. And so we were able to pivot our beautiful magic and funnel it all into this incredible way of life and system. And we had this machine generating already in the background, but we just weren't taking it seriously because we didn't understand the power of it, what automation meant. We didn't understand what leverage meant. We just thought, okay, having a glorified job as a coach in the coaching industry was having a business. That wasn't it. And it was a bit of a rude shock realizing that as well. And after investing nearly $100,000 into that business, it was really nice to know the investment was way smaller on the other side. So, I come from a corporate background. I was running McDonald's stores by the time I was 18 and planning to work my way up the ranks there. And so I've done a complete 180 shift of my life with mindset, health, and leadership to be here I am today with you tonight than where I was like over the last 10 years. There's such a journey there.
I love that so much. And yeah, for me, there's so many stories we could share. Like we knew no one here on the sunny coast, but decided to move up here, and that's how the Freedom Sister movement came about, our traditional business. And before that, I was vet nursing, and like Kristen shared, that position for me, I felt like I've done a full 360 as well myself with that. It's something that I'd been in it for 5 years, and then realized that my values started to shift, and I realized that I believed in not in the medical space. I realized that humans actually need the support, that they are the ones that need coaching, and that was being reflected back into the animals. So that's a whole nother story. So when we talk about breaking the chains, we're really like what we're doing here is massive. We're shifting consciousness in humanity. We're raising the vibration of humans so then we can make better decisions for the animals, for whatever we really love. But ultimately, I realized that, yeah, it was the people. So, yeah, I've done vet nursing, lots of 9 to 5s, and yeah, really, really excited to go bigger with, you know, that part of me of why I wanted to be in a vet nurse in the first place.
Yeah, I love that, babe. It's so powerful. It's so interesting to reflect back. Every time I do it, I'm like, whoa, oh yeah, a lot does change when you make these choices.
Yeah. So even pop in the chat, like where were you, like to where you are now? Like maybe you've done some 9 to 5s and then you've upgraded or whatever it is. Like, I'd love to know in the chat as well, like where you are now. But this is a great thing. Like, I know that Anika, you were talking about this before of like, okay, well, what does freedom actually mean? And so this is an opportunity to go, okay, what does freedom mean to you? Was burnt out to creative. Amazing. And then it's like, okay, like what do you want to do with that creativeness? Like where do you want to go in the next 3 years or in a year to three to like this is an opportunity to dream bigger. And so yeah, really getting clear, like freedom for me means ultimate freedom of choice. I think someone said it before, like freedom of choice, being able to, you know, be like, Kristen, let's go to Bali for the weekend, or there's so many things that I want to do for my friends and my family and just be like, let's go on a intensive, in-depth shadow work weekend. Or like, I want to be able to shout my friends and family these beautiful things with freedom. Um, that's when it comes to like the smaller things. Also, like to go into a Whole Food shop and be like, I want to buy the whole freaking shop because like I love organic food. I love, you know, eating whole foods. So like what, like for me, I want to be able to spend like like 1K every week just because I can, you know, and so there's all of these little things. And then ultimately the freedom of choice is being a part of and really collaborating with high-end level leaders. We already are in this space too, which is amazing. However, it's also in the space of non-for-profits, people that are in politics that are making a stand for bigger things. Like I'm talking real big missions here. So that's bigger choices. And with that, I need to have leveraged flexible like time. I need to have time freedom. I need to be able to have the opportunity, the money, like just to be there for me so then I can make those choices as well, which is really powerful.
I love that, babe. Oh, gives me soul bumps every time.
I'm like, how do I explain what, like, I don't know if you guys feel this too in watching this. Like, you've got this feeling within you, and you're like, I know what it is, like, I know what it feels like, but there's like, how do I actually explain it in words? Like, how do I express it to the world so you understand how big my fucking mission is and how much
Mm,
I want you to just see that for yourself too, and just have all of us collaborate together so we can really come together and create this massive movement, which is also the difference in freedom with Kristen and I, where we created a community, yet it wasn't a movement. If you don't know the difference, a community is something where it's in one place, whereas a movement is where it's like global. It's a global movement. So this is an encouragement to dream fucking bigger, to think bigger, to shift your mindset. So then, like, to go to that next level, like ultimate freedom, what that looks like for you. What does
mm.
freedom mean to you, babe, before we go across?
So for me, it comes down to freedom of choice. So there's lots of things, yes, court listed that come under what freedom of choice means. However, this is like ultimate freedom of choice in every moment. Like, yes, you can go down to get whatever you want, eat however you want, organic. Like that's how Court and I eat. It's organic, it's whole foods, it's super nourishing, it's juice, it's eating raw. It's a whole lot. It's a whole thing. But it's also being able to, for me, go and experience it. So to be able to go hot air ballooning whenever I'd like, permitting that they allow the weather. It's being able to go and buy a piece of land cash, not needing to utilize banks and go through this lengthy process. It's being able to drop whatever money and funds or time going and serving in organizations that mean a lot to me, like Operation Underground Railroad, Sea Shepherd. They're two of my top favorites and the closest ones to me right now. So it's this freedom of choice in every single moment. It's being able to gift time, energy, money, resources to somebody, family member, friend, be able to thank everybody who's assisted me in this journey at some point in some way that suits them. Like build a school in Bali. Like there's different levels when it comes to freedom of choice. And so it's for you, it's like, what's your meaning about freedom and what sort of levels do you have inside of that? I think it's really important to chunk it back and also have and acknowledge the different levels. Like, what is it weekly? What is it daily? What is it monthly? And what is it yearly to you? And what does it look like in 10 years' time or over 10 years and over 5 years' time? So it's not just as simple as a simple cookie cutter approach, because there's different requirements of you to then meet those different levels. So you're going to unlock different parts of you as you go through. But if you can see it now, it's already happened.
I love it.
So just a quick check-in. I'd love for you to drop in the chat box. Where are you right now? Like, if you're thinking of the life cycle wheel, when it comes to health, out of 10, from 1 being like my health is really rock bottom, like I've got health issues going on, 10 being my health is perfect, there's nothing I'd change, I'm an angel, which we all know would be the ego. So whereabouts are you sitting, like with health? And then wealth and time. And it's like allowing your intuition to be really quick, like the first number that presents. It doesn't have to be a justification for it. Family, mindset, community, contribution, and celebration. How much are you celebrating life? These are so powerful because when you check in with these either each week, each month, every 3 months, like you will see your evolution in your growth. It'll also give you a compass on where you can focus. Like, what's the lowest right now? What's the lowest? And how can you start working on that area of life? Because when you work on that one, the rest will be boosted also because you're moving together. Amazing.
So we touched on this, like, where do you want to be in 12 months from now? And looking at, okay, like whatever's gotten you to where you are now is not going to get you to where you want to be in the next 12 months. It's like something that gets spoken a lot about with personal development, inner growth, all of that goal setting. It's like, this is the honest conversations of like, okay, well, what is that goal? Like, I know that we've got some big goals in the chat as well, which is amazing. Like, what is it, like breaking that down? Where do you need to be, or what's required in the next 12 months? Like, what is required of you in your business, in whether you're in a 9 to 5, if it's leaving the 9 to 5, like what is it in the next 12 months? Where do you need to be? And then also, yeah, what needs to change? Really important to reflect.
So we touched on this a little bit at the start when it comes to leveraged income versus linear income. However, wanted to put this back in here now. So leveraged income, just to build it out a little bit more for you, is that the time and effort you put into your business will give you exponential results in terms of earning. So it's like the bit that you put in, it's going to be working for itself. So small time, small energy, small amount of money, if that's what it takes. Also, whatever it is, small, but it gives you exponential results, big results. So in other words, with leverage income, the work you put in once will generate reoccurring profits. Linear income, so yeah, it keeps the bills paid, but it won't build the future that desired, especially if it's the only source of income. So like I said before, once you stop working, so will your income. You don't want to work till you die. It's really important to start understanding this because leveraged versus linear, as you can see, are like worlds apart. And we're certainly not taught about leveraged income. I'm going to say in most upbringings. I know I wasn't in my upbringing, even with 2 entrepreneurial parents who both had businesses. And school doesn't teach us shit. So it's really important to start understanding it, even if it doesn't make sense right now. It's like just lean in, absorb, have an open heart, have an open mind for what this means.
Yeah,
And you can always rewatch this as well and ask questions. Like I said, this is an invitation for you to ask questions as well.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, oh, there must be a secret here or something, right? All of these things don't get spoken about, that the government or schools or whatever, like these things don't get spoken about. So when we're talking about leveraged income And are you earning leveraged or linear income? It's like, fuck, what have I been doing up until this moment? Like, is what I'm doing now going to pay me in the next 6 years? And sometimes like that seems like for me, when I first came to this space, I felt like that was impossible. I'm like, I didn't really understand because I was in more of a scarcity mindset. I was in this hustle mentality of thinking like that's how I had to be in order to make money. And I think, yeah, there was a comment earlier around like moving through that belief of like, yeah, working hard to create money. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like I totally feel you there. And this is because I was making linear income. I wasn't educated on what leveraged income really meant. And so this is a very important reflection right now of like, okay, am I making leveraged income where I'm going to be paid in the next 6 years beyond?
Yeah. So it's a really powerful quote as well, guys. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And so, yeah, I love thinking about like some really great tuning in and practices can be like how would you really live out your life for the next 6 months if that's what you had left. And it's really important to start thinking in this way because it actually can expand your consciousness way more than getting stuck into the comfortability of life and the conforming to what life is just right now. Oh, someday, one day I'll do this, I'll get there then, instead of going for it today, because you deserve every single moment of it today. However, it's like really tuning into that energy for yourself of like, I want this now and I want to make this happen. And I am going to bust through these things.
Beautiful. So the leverage income model we're going to touch on now and go into we're going to talk about partnering with an established company. So no matter where you are, you don't have to do any of that heavy lifting, which is great. You get to share their product, you get to automate, look at how you can automate your systems, which automation is a massive key piece here when we talk about leveraging. And obviously receive your share. So when we're talking about breaking the chains, it's you've got to be open to receiving your worth. And I definitely wasn't. So, like, even reflecting for yourself right now, do you really feel like you have opened yourself up enough right now to receive what is truthfully yours? And are you going to be open moving forward for this next, 20 minutes or so to receiving this information from a wholehearted, open place of being like, how can I really maximize? And this is an opportunity where you get to receive your worth, right? You get to look at high profit commissions and being able to receive that. Because I know for me, that was a big block. That was something that I had to break through, is like being like, no, I'm worthy of this. I'm worthy of creating that life that I really want. That seems fucking crazy, that I've been told is crazy from day dot. But I knew within me, like you potentially have that feeling within you, like we did, that like, hey, like I'm made for more here and I deserve to receive more too. So then I can help more. The more we receive, the more we're actually going to be able to give too.
Thanks, Fame. That's beautiful. So really awesome comparison as well as like creating your own offer versus affiliating with one. So own offer, own product. There's a lot in there. So as you can see here, we've got some notes on the left. Like obviously there's a high investment required, usually upwards of multiple 6 figures. So even some friends that I've had who have started up cafes, it's a minimum of $100,000 just in that little coffee van that you see parked on the beach as an investment. So, and if there's products to be bought for someone selling a product or getting getting when you get prototypes, there's always like you get your prototypes and go back and forth, and then there's always an investment to order in those stocks of the first lot of products, and then there's also keeping it somewhere as well. So there's like the warehousing situation that has to be dealt with. So there's a lot more to think about when it comes to your own offer. In many other online businesses, you likely have to do all the hats. So there's like admin, Courtney, I know we even had a VA who helped us, and that still wasn't enough. We still felt like we were wearing all the hats. It takes a lot of time to build a product that works and converts as well. So it's got to make sure that the marketplace actually wants the product that maybe you've conceptualized or got prototypes for or built out. Like it's got to be wanted by your audience and by your marketplace. And also remembering that most businesses wait 3 to 5 years to make a profit. So this is why a lot of businesses fail or not fail, but they don't succeed past the first year mark, and a lot drop off 3 years, 5 years, and about 98% of the original ones that started make it to the 2% out of those 100% of businesses that started only make it to the 10-year mark. It's a really, really small amount. You can go and do your research on that. Like, you've got to think when you're going into business, the long haul, your long-term vision. And often, as Courtney and I found, unless we invested into high mentorship, which we did, so we were plugged into communities and other mentors and people, and we were connected with people, it was kind of a lonely journey. Even with both of us, we still were alone in it together. Kind of was like a double whammy of the aloneness. But affiliating with a product, there is a lower upfront investment. You've got always valuable tools, access, resources that help you build your business. You've got platforms, you've got automation, you've got tools, you've got trainings. You also are partnered with a product that's already wanted and needed by people. Luckily, ours has been 50 years in the industry. So we're definitely staying for the next 450 years. That's their long-term vision that they have, our company. And you profit within 3 to 5 sales. So that can happen within a couple of weeks. It depends on you, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, not a few years. And obviously you can collaborate just like Court and I are doing, which is really magical. So there's a lot of benefits. There's pros and cons to everything in this world. However, putting these side by side, like, yeah, there's a lot of benefits to affiliating with a product compared to starting your own offer, as you can see.
Yeah, and it's like amplifying. It's really, I love talking about this industry as an amplifier. So it doesn't matter where you are in your journey, it's like knowing that this is such an amplifier for your vision, for your mission to help you break the chains. To really, it could be just that thing that tweaks you over wherever you're at, wherever the struggles are in your circumstance. It could be just that thing that really helps you break through, which is really amazing. And you get to choose how you start. Like, there's no, everybody's so unique too. Yeah, I could go into a lot around that. Anyway, so in order to get your time and money back, you must be willing to invest both time and money to do so. Because if you're not changing it, you're choosing it. So we've touched on this already. Like, we invested a lot of our time, a lot of money. I'd never regret any of it. If I knew what I knew now with this level of consciousness, it would be very different. And so that's why we're very passionate in sharing this. It's because it's like, don't you see, like, you don't have to go through all of the same things that we did, all of the same struggles and challenges. We can help you shortcut that essentially if you choose and if you're willing, which is really powerful.
So why we partner with Enagic, this is our beautiful company. We've got our beautiful range of products that we personally recommend as the go-to products within Enagic. They've got a beautiful product suite, which is amazing. However, these 4 incredible products are what we suggest, and they enhance your health, unlock obviously wealth when it comes to how you receive your commissions, and also we're all about sustainability and protecting the environment. And not only that, with the products, you are also partnered with an amazing academy that you are allowed to earn while you learn. Learning the ropes of this business, some of your skills would be transferred across into this incredible industry. I'm sure many of them will be. However, the earning while you learn is just so powerful, and that's why we have this incredible academy that helps us and supports us to do the same.
Love that. So it's a powerful partnership. Like Kristen said, this company's been around for 50 years. It's got a 500-year vision, which for me was like, holy fuck, I can definitely go a whole nother level with my vision and mission. And this is why I'm also passionate about talking about that level of freedom for yourself, because I feel like majority of us are playing too small. And so this company I really love really gives that encouragement of like, no, like, dream bigger, like you have the opportunity to do that. It enhances health, it builds wealth, protects the environment. Like, we're so big on sustainability as well. So like having something, a baseline like this, like helps reduce so much like toxicity in the homes, on our bodies, like all of it. It's not just health, but it's also for our environment too. There's over 60 uses that you can use with the on bench machine, which we'll touch on as well. in the last 20 plus years, put it this way, Mr. Oshiro, who has the company, he has the product since the company was birthed. So that's like 50 years, which is amazing. It's a machine, so you get to look after it. And it's an award-winning Japanese water technology. So they have these Japanese, it's a Japanese product. So they have these in hospitals, which is really cool. And of course, like it's global growth when we're talking about creating a movement. This is like this company is a definition of a company that has created a global movement. Like there is thousands and thousands and thousands of us everywhere. We just went to a conference in Japan for the 50th year anniversary early this year. There was 7,000 incredible people within that stadium, all like people from India, people from everywhere, all over the world, which was so incredible to see. I was just like I was sitting there next to Kristen and I was like gobsmacked. I was like, there's so many unique individuals in this room that believe in the power of water, that believe in health, that believe in raising the vibration and consciousness of this planet, all of the things which I just love. And also income legacy, right? We're going to share with you as well. You get to a certain like milestone within this space, and there's this like uncapped potential. Yeah, we'll share more around that too.
Yeah, I love that. It's so amazing. So the type of water you drink is the wealth of your body. I was raised on this water since I was about 8 years old, thanks to my beautiful naturopath, holistic health, amazing medicine woman of a mother who's many different things, psychology, yeah, remedial masseuse, lots of it. So she never built in this space. Like I said, she was an entrepreneur, so she had a clinic. And yeah, I was as a little child under the table saying hi to everyone who had their head through the hole. And I'm so grateful for the water being a part of my journey, even though the business and me seeing the vision and anchoring into this industry and going deeper with the company has only evolved over the last couple of years. But this is the power and this is the magic of my own journey and my own history that then I get to bring and share with you as well. The power of water and how actual amazing drinking water is. You are over 70% water in your body, your brain's over 90% water. So your internal waters are going to reflect your external reality. So change your water, change your life. Literally, we've seen it time and time again as well in this space. And not only that, it's been a part of my world for forever.
Thank gosh you introduced me to this water. Honestly, I had no idea. There's a lot, like I've got my own story with the water. I had a lot of thyroid challenges. Not that, I can make disclaimers around that. However, I feel and have felt like incredible since being on this for the past 3 years. This water, probably 4 years, even nearly with being back in Gippsland in Victoria. So there's a lot around. There's this, like we've seen so many cases, like even Incredible Lady was sharing more around her journey with her kids' eczema, her cancer story. Like there's so many things, of course, without making claims. It's just like how like how can we share this in a way of just like sharing our stories with you? And when we're talking about this water, it's like obviously like your health is your true wealth. Without our health, we have nothing. Our body is made up of over 70% water. Our brain is made up of over 90% water or something like that. So the quality of water that we consume and bathe in is so crucial. Our skin is our largest body organ. And so if we don't have something as simple as our water down pat, like to support and sustain us, like this is like we're wondering why there's chronic illnesses or all of these things going on, dehydration, inflammation, like we're wondering why, like this is why. It's a main reason. And which is really cool because the world is starting to wake up more. Like we don't watch the news. I hear it from my parents. They watch the news. And, even my mum, which she never would have done, reached out to me and was like, hey, like, I saw this on the news. I'm like, okay, well, that's great. You now believe in the news. Okay, cool. Thank you, news, for acknowledging that. I've been saying this for a while now, but this is the thing, like it's starting to come out more and more. So, yeah, you can take a screenshot of this. There's so much importance of the quality of this water.
So as I touched on before, this is the product we recommend. We've got our beautiful K8 on bench system. This is our flagship ionizer from Enagic. It ranges from 2.5 acidic to 11.5 highly alkaline. So if you do know anything about the pH ranges, it's not about having alkaline water. It's about having super powered hydrogen water. However, the alkaline levels do different things. So the 2.5 is the antibacterial spray, antimicrobial. That's what's used in the hospitals and in daycare centers and in retirement homes as the what do you call that spray for the kitchen bench, whatever that stuff's called. I don't use it, obviously. I use water.
It's called
So
toxic.
toxic, yeah, literally. Hashtag toxic.
Okay.
And the 11.5 does things like replacing your washing detergent because it's a degreaser. So when you start to play with this, it's like a science experiment. If you ever did those expanding volcanoes like I did, you'll have so much fun with this, especially if you're all about non-toxic, low toxic homes, and especially sustainability. So you're going to just love it. We've also got our Nespa, our in-home spa experience. It's got Japanese hot stones in it. It's so beautiful on the skin. Your skin is slightly acidic. So it's really important to have this type of water that's remineralized going into your skin, hair, and nails. So there's a lot there with water that goes onto your body, not just in your body, that you've also got to look at. We've got our M-Guard, the EMF, EMF neutralizer. So if you know much about technology, phones, laptops, power plugs, anything that's got electricity, it puts off EMFs. They interact with our energetic field because we are just a walking antenna, and they interact with our field in a negative way. So you'll see some people have stickers on their phones or a thing on the back of their phone or a necklace or a Tesla plate or whatever. I've got a thing on the back of my phone. However, the M-Guard is now the leader in the industry. It does up to 8 meters circumference, which is so powerful. So people are jumping on this like left, right, and center. They don't have to wear something. They don't have to put stickers on their phone and their laptop. They can just boom, and it just 8-meter range. So it also means when you're out and about, down the street, working in a cafe, all the things, you are super, super protected. It's like a force field, realistically. And we've got our Ukon supplement. So it comes in tea soap capsules, and it's wild turmeric. We went and saw the turmeric farm in Okinawa. That was so cute. We saw the whole processing. It is washed and processed with our beautiful water from the K8 machine. But the whole company is very interconnected. And so the turmeric is, if you know anything about turmeric, I'll send you on your way to do the research on that. It is super potent and powerful. It's an antioxidant, and it like has so many benefits to our health and wellness. And yeah, it's got a very long history of it being used in traditional medicine. So well beyond actual modern medicine, it's being used in Indian culture. It's been used in a lot of different cultures. So you can do lots and lots of research on turmeric. I obviously was raised with turmeric with mum and the background that she had, and I just didn't know the depths of it until I started researching it myself as well. So it's a beautiful journey to go on when you really connect with this incredible plant.
So, like, these are just the basics. I just want to say as well, like, these are just the basic product household, like, products that I feel we should have when it comes to water. Like, water, we need water for absolutely everything. And so when it comes to integrating it, it's just like a no-brainer, which I love. Like, for me, I'm like, it just makes sense. So I love it. And yeah, just with this as well, like Kristen already was touching on this, there's the beauty water, which is great. So we don't use any moisturizer, nothing like that. We've got the strong acidic water. Yeah, you can take screenshots and come back to this as well. There's so many different uses of it.
Beautiful, babe. And yeah, we've touched on this a couple of times, guys, as well. Like, investing in your health is your wealth. Without your health, you really won't have anything. I know firsthand multimillionaires who, yes, have the money, but then end up their health crash and burns, and then they spend a lot of their money, invest a lot of their money into their health, because you can't make money and you can't live a fruitful life and a really fulfilling life and do business and put your offers out there and really create magic if your health is not at this optimal level, which is, yes, your physical well-being, your emotional well-being, and your spiritual well-being as well.
I love that. So with the 4 products, we've got, like, this is your own sales to yourself. You get these back in commission. So that's 654 Australian dollars just back on these 4 products with your commissions. In your first 5 of these, so what we call quad, because it's 4 of the products, it's 17,534 back in commissions. And then on top of that, another 6 quads, so 11 sales in total. It's $47,802. And then just another 10 sales on top of that, which is a total of 21 quad sales. It's 100K in commissions. Like 21 people, 21 families that you want to help, 21 if you're in coaching, if you've got clients, like just 21 sales, and that's 100K in commissions. Like for me, I was like, where else could I find that? It's incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing. It was very different to our 70+ clients who came through our programs, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So this is really basic as well, guys. Like there obviously becomes a lot of numbers. We love to give you the information, and also it may be something that you're viewing this multiple times. So don't get too like caught up on it. That's why I said the questions, and also just like start to really familiarize yourself with the type of income you're able to generate here. So it does range from $400 to $4,704. And what's on the left side here is if you were choosing to do this business in a way of, I'm going to help someone get started with their K8 and purchase and upgrade their home with their K8 only. We don't generally run with that model, but you certainly can do that. And it just gives you perspective on, okay, this is the type of income I'll be earning. We run with setting people's home up like optimally with the whole package. So we're looking at this side. So it goes up to the $4,704. And that's just the baseline. There's a lot more we can go into with that as well.
Yeah, amazing. And like Kristen said, so we've got something called like a fast track strategy, which is just 5 products. So instead of the quad of 4, just say you've got someone who's got 5, they've got, 2 bathrooms on bench. They want it for on bench. They also, we can talk about, how else you can build your business as well with another K8 machine of having people trial the water too. And then you've got the Ukon. However, it looks like it's the 5 products, and that ranges from just starting at 918 all the way up to 7,104 too. So again, it's just giving you a bit of like showing you what is available here as well.
So this is really cool. This is a pathway to $1 million. Like starting, if you're really running for it, you're like, yep, I understand the pathway to $1 million. Like it is only 149 quad sales per year. As you can see, 13 quad sales a month, 3 quad sales a week. So it's about 3 sales a week that you will be generating, which is incredible. Looking at the 500K, 75 per year, 2 per week, which is amazing. 250K per year if you're going for that one. It's 37 per year, 1 quad sale per week. So just like 1 quad sale that you're getting per week. Or the 100K, that's 15 quad sales per year, and it would be under 1 quad sale per week, just to put the average there though. So it's really powerful to also once again chunk it back. Like not only your dream life chunk back, what you're doing in business chunk back. It's not, business isn't just putting something out there, putting an offering out there, like I see a lot of girls online, they just put their readings and their card tarots and all these things out there. And that's not having a business. You've actually got to have a roadmap and a plan. So you start to see these types of figures and you start to see, oh shit, I'd have to do 1,000 readings just to crack 100K. Maybe not even that over a year. And so it's like, do you really want to be doing that? Is then the questions you start to ask yourself, like, is this a great business model? And it's the same when it comes to coaching clients, PT sessions. Like there's a lot of different industries and a lot of different offerings that we've seen come into our space where people are just burning the candle at both ends because they're not understanding from a business perspective this conversation and why this is so important. It's going to either make or break your business.
Yeah, I love that too. And it's not about, like, you may love what you do, and that's great. It's like, how can you free up more time and space and be smarter with what you're doing so you can do more of that, right? Too, like, so you can do more of, I'm going to use the same example, the card readings. And I think that's a really important piece of just like being really smart with your future and knowing where you're going. And when we're talking about the pathway to generational wealth, there's a certain milestone within the business. It's 6A2-3, what we call it. The numbers are, like we said, irrelevant, but that's like when you get to this position, it's legacy. So this is willable, like this business is willable to your kids. So you get to hand this over to them. You get the minimum, this is in US, so $5,000 per month, which is actually about 7,500 in Australian dollars, just consistently without you needing to do anything. And then on top of that, there's a $25,000 bonus. There is more bonuses and things included in that too. However, like just so then you can understand what we have here, this is like a very basic starter.
So when we look at traditional multi-level marketing businesses compared to the leveraged income model, which is what we're sharing with you today, and this is what you're a part of, traditional ones, there's a lot of monthly quotas to meet. There is losing ranks or positions in the business model if you don't perform. You're also talking about really low income numbers, $20 to $150 per sale, generally regular auto ships every month, low ticket. Obviously, I touched on that already. There's not this legacy option that Court just showed you. There will be licensing fees or minimums, and you've got to recruit to just stay at the position. So Court and I have also journeyed that world as well. I've gone through 6 different companies. So you can also ask me about that. That's fine. I don't live in that world anymore. Certainly won't be going back to that world. The leverage income model, there is no quotas, not the business that we do. We don't ever lose a rank. You've obviously seen the amounts from $400 to $6,000, well, nearly $7,000 is your potential income, depending on where you're doing in your business plan. And you can auto ship, yes, the Ukon. Otherwise, it's high ticket. So you're receiving high commissions. You're playing in that field. And there's obviously the generational wealth with the legacy income Court just went through. And there's no like fees or monthly quotas, or you've got to keep buying products and all of that. You've got that choice with the Ukon, and that's up to you. You don't have to though. And we very much teach in this space how to attract people, how to really be speaking to your audience and really be the embodiment of the person that you choose to be, and have people come into your field because of the way you're showing up in that light.
I love this. That's so amazing. It gets me so excited talking about this. So just to give you a bit of a bird's eye view of like how this actually works, like how you make sales, it's with social media, education, automation, and duplication. Very, very simple. So you start with sharing an offer, or whether it's through organically, or in this space, you also get to learn how to run ads. So you can be really strategic. You also, it's the same thing, right? You've jumped on this masterclass, so you get to invite people to watch this masterclass that aligns with you, that aligns with them. They get to book in a call with our support team, which is incredible. You're also going to learn about that too. You invest in your own wellness products because you want to be a product of the product, and you want to, like, you love health too. You activate your distributor ID, which is activating your business, and then you launch your business, and then you receive mentorship inside the academy. Now, we have so much, which we'll go into, we have so much mentorship available. That's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth that we get access to within this space as well. It's insane.
Yeah, I freaking love it. It's incredible. So how and why we automate sales, you might be asking. Making sales 24/7, like I said about the trolley, you use a system, you plug in and play with a system that obviously does the heavy lifting for you. We have more time flexibility. Without automation and systems, you won't have time to leverage that allows you to do what you want when you want. So it's super clear to be clear. It's super important for you to be clear on the life that you want. So then you can also see the importance of why automation is critical, especially in a time when AI is taking over. And it's a super powerful tool for us to leverage and utilize, knowing the ways that we want to utilize it as well, and being on the forefront of it. So let the systems do the work for you, babe. Receive. Like, this is about you receiving, not doing all the things. And that's why we even have sales calls done for you. Like Court just said, we've got a beautiful team that does that for you, and some paperwork and admin that is a part of this journey. So it's really amazing to have a platform that is designed in that way that you really can plug in and plug out, and it's still working for you.
I love that. You use such great analogies. So good. So the academy, this is where, this is where everything is birthed from. This is something that we utilize every single day alongside our business, which is incredible. Like we said, we've got the sales support team, or the digital specialist team is what we call them, as professional. It's amazing. There's custom sale pages, like done for you webinars. So you don't have to do what we're doing. Like, it's all within the platform too. We just love it. We want to bring our own flavor. self-paced courses, like mentorships, live and in-person events. Like, I don't know about you, but we've come from running events. So we love, like, even for our, personal community, we love to put on in-person events. I know Maddie saw me up at Montville, and I said, I want to, like, imagine us like being all up in Montville, staying at a house together. And like, so that's really important for us too, in creating and cultivating that community. There's so much here. And of course, like, learn and earn. So as you're going along this journey, you get to take it one step at a time, or take it as fast or as slow as you want. And you can still be earning with these incredible commissions you just saw as you're learning along this journey, which is really cool.
Beautiful, babes. So just a sneak peek inside, a couple of things that we have. Court's already touched on this. Like, we've got masterminds, we've got courses, like multi-$1,000s worth of people and time and investment has gone into this incredible academy that we utilize every day. And we also do massive masterminds that go for 3 months. They're called Momentums. We have days of them, and we also have masterminds. So it's long ones and day events. So there's always something going on in the online world and also the offline world, which is really powerful.
I love it. And so this academy we have access to is less than a coffee a day. Not that we drink coffee, it'd be more like cacao a day for us. um, but it's just 99 USD a month, right? But this is something that you get to choose. We're going to share with you a simple thing that's actually, you don't have to pay for it, and you get to have a sneak peek into what it's all about here. But it's something that you get to look forward to and have access to as a part of this business model that we're in, with the leveraging the automation.
Yeah, it's amazing. So the first step is for you guys is to book in your discovery call. So Court's going to pop in a link in the chat, and all you will be doing is going through the discovery process. So it's really just unpacking your vision. We've talked a little bit about vision and getting you to really think about what is that clarity of the dream life that you want. But this process is super powerful, and it's going to get you to really unpack the vision. This is before you even journey inside this business or anything, because it's super important for us to make sure that, yes, you have this crystal clear vision of what it is that your life calls for you, and your mission really calls for you on this earth. And then to see if this business and the way that we've chosen to do things actually is going to work for you with the life that you want. It's really important to do that process first, get clear in your heart and mind what's important to you, and then see how it aligns if it does. So, and of course, if it does, then woohoo, celebrating you on getting started. Of course, like, I truly, truly believe that everybody should have these products around them. Like the water I've been raised on, the shower, like the water, when you go deep in what's happening, and how much the government has really just fucked it all up for us over the last 40 years. And there's a lot of sickness that's linked to a lot of dirty water. It's a deep rabbit hole, and I truly believe the products are here to help break all of that. It's really magical timing how this company has started and the vision that it has. And I also know the trajectory of this company because I've got my business hat on. It's going to be the next toaster. It's going to be the next kitchen kettle. It's going to be the next fridge in everybody's home, because we're not going back to the land. We are moving forward with evolution and technology. And so these machines will be in cities, they will be everywhere. And so it's really important to also know that vision and see that as well. And if you want to be a part of that journey, fantastic, whether it's for business or just your personal self as well.
I love that. And I'm going to put Maddie and Elby on the spot. I know we've gone over time. Just like, if you can sum up the discovery process. Now, you guys actually paid for this. It's now free for people just to go on this personal development journey themselves. But can you guys just share, like within like 30 seconds, like what the discovery process did for you guys? I just had to download. I hope you don't mind.
I love this. Thank you, babe.
Well, we actually didn't go through the discovery process. He's actually yet to go back and watch all of this.
Okay.
So it was just me. It was just a really good, comprehensive, cohesive introduction to what we're doing here. And for anybody that, is like a bit on the back foot or not really sure, like once you've seen those videos and just how powerful these products are, you can't help but not see how they could benefit absolutely everybody. So, like I think I've talked to you, Court, already about the Kangen water machines have been in my visions for a while. And then when you go and watch those videos, you're like, Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you for sharing, babe. Yeah, it's important, and I love that. It's like it's beating your sphere, and it's like also knowing that if you're watching this replay, you're on this now, like it's come up in your reality for whatever purpose, whatever reason, and that's for you to sit with. We don't have those answers for you too, and so that's why I really love this process, like Kristen was talking about, is because it just gets to give you an opportunity to make that empowered decision for yourself, to really break those chains, to see what could possibly be here for you. And that's the only way, is to really allow yourself to be curious, to receive, and to see, okay, well, what if this could be the thing? What if this could really expand my mission and vision where I'm at right now? So thanks for sharing, babe. That's amazing. Putting you on the spot. I love it.
Thanks. I love it. That's cool. So we've got fast action exclusive bonuses for you guys as well, because we just freaking love this space and we love all that it's given us. And if there's anything we could do except keep giving, like this is it. So we'd love to give you a free Quantum Leap VIP experience. So that's valued at nearly $1,000 with both court nights, an incredible immersion with us. We've got a Quantum Leap into your dream hypnosis. You can listen to that every single day. We obviously talked about the commission. So you'll actually receive back 900 to 1,200, depending on how you get started, in commissions within the first 10 days. You'll earn those commissions on your very first sale, 2,500 between 3,300, and you're 2 times your commissions on every sale right after signing up with your quad as well, which is amazing. And you'll have the strategy and success formula to build a long-term growth around your soul's mission when it comes to having the academy, which is a multi-6-figure platform. And we also have our Monday night community trainings to keep you connected as well, which is incredible. We have a team chat. We've got, like Court said, team events in person and online, and that's our intimate space. And then we've also got the wider community as well. So it's, yeah, there's a lot happening in this field, which is amazing.
I love that. This is just a freaking epic photo, like joining a global community. And this is not just a community of people that are small-minded. This is people that like think crazy. Like, I don't know if you guys know human design or watching this, like think of like manifesting generated 10x. Like this is the type of movement that's created here, which is just like incredibleness, right? So this community really blew me away, especially when we're talking about breaking the chains. It's taught me a lot around like what that really meant with my mindset, my abundance mindset, coming from low ticket, coming from 9 to 5 world, the hustle, all of it, coming into this space, it really tested me to see, am I open and willing to receive the abundance that's on the other side here? And so now I finally have understood after 3 years what this community has to offer. It's like I'm obsessed. So I'm really excited to, if this is for you potentially, or for you to go through that discovery process and to see it is, to see how you can be involved in this global community too.
Yeah, amazing, babe. Thanks. Thanks so much for sharing. It's been such an incredible journey, and to also witness our incredible team. Like we've had people leave their jobs, we've had people buy a vehicle, people preparing for bringing in beautiful bubbers into this world. And we've had people, yeah, just like start to see the light inside of themselves and really transform their mindset and tune into their heart again, like the light literally come on again. So there's been incredible energy that's been cultivated in our community and also the wider community, like nearly 10,000 of us in this wider community, which is huge. And this is one of mine and Courtney's beautiful mentors right here, Christy. So this is not just some random Pinterest photo. Like this is us at one of our big events as well. So Freedom Fest. So
yeah, she's a man, Jen. She's the one that like
yeah.
like crazy ass events all over the world, including Japan. We attended. It was amazing.
Literally. So, just to leave you guys with another mindset piece, there are 7 days in a week, and some day is not one of them. Keeping pushing that vision out and out and out by saying, oh, someday it will happen, instead of like bringing it in close and feeling the fear and doing it anyway and jumping in with those choices that are really going to move the needle forward. Like that's what's going to bring it really closer. So create your own legacy, babes. Like, this is what we're here for. We're here to support you. As we drop the link in the chat, we'll also connect with you guys. For you who are watching the recording, like, please reach out to the person who shared this with you, or if it was us, then come back to us. We're excited to connect with you on a call and excited for you to go through and unpack your vision in that discovery process. Like, this gets to be an incredible experience that you get to have now for free. It used to be a small investment. Now it's for fully free. And then you get to see if this business aligns for you or not from there as well. So literally, no, what is it? No skin in the game, literally, except for you having incredible immersion in the experience if you find that it's not for you. So yeah, we wish you all the best, and we're super excited to connect with you in some capacity.
Amazing. Thanks, guys. We'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Have a beautiful night, guys. Thank you. Bye.